So let's wrap up the playoff preview videos for the second round of the OHL playoffs. This was the last series to be decided as the Oshawa Generals and Brampton Steelheads went to Game 6. They were the only first-round matchup to go that far, and that's why we had to wait to find out who the Brantford Bulldogs would be meeting in this second-round series. Now, the last time Brantford made it to the second round was back in 2022. That's when they were the Hamilton Bulldogs. So this is the first year that Brantford will get to experience a second round series since arriving from the Hammer. And as for the Oshawa Generals, this is now back-to-back seasons that they are appearing in the second round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. And of course, last year, Oshawa would go on to the OHL final where they were swept by the London Knights. So looking to repeat as Eastern Conference champions, but a different end result is what Oshawa is looking for this year. Now, for the Bulldogs, they won the season series 6-2. So a little lopsided here. And the last meeting was February 28th in Brantford, and that was a 5-3 victory for the Bulldogs. So Oshawa having some struggles here against this Brantford Bulldogs team, especially after this team started getting healthier. Because remember, Brantford had that slower start to the regular season. They were missing key players from their lineup. I remember when Merrick Van Acker came back. That was in a game in Oshawa, and that really sparked that Bulldogs team to climb up the Eastern Conference standings. Now, what's also interesting with these two teams, the last three meetings were decided by 2 goals or less. So I do expect this series to be a very close battle. And if you can check out a few of these games, I know I would like to. This one could be a lot of fun, these two East Division rivals. Now, breaking down the stats from the first round, the goals for Brantford putting up 21 goals in their 5-game series against the North Bay Battalion, while Oshawa 26 goals in their 6-game series against Brampton. On the goals against front, Brantford giving up 13 goals in that opening round, while Oshawa gave up 20 goals to the Steelheads. Power play, 19.1% is where it stands for the Brantford Bulldogs after the first round, but Oshawa, they have so many weapons up front, and their power play is clicking at 36%. And that's an area that expect the Generals to want to exploit with Brantford. If you give the Generals power play time, they don't waste it. So that's a key advantage right there if you look at the stats for Oshawa. But then on the penalty kill, the Bulldogs, they have the advantage. It's operating at 75%, whereas Oshawa's penalty kill right now at 69.2%. When looking at the top 5 scorers coming out of the first round, no surprise for Brantford. Nick Lardis leads the way. 7 goals, 2 assists, 9 points. He had 71 goals during the regular season. So seeing him put up another 7 in 5 games, not surprising. So obviously Oshawa is going to want to keep a close watch on Nick Lardis. Second in team scoring, Patrick Thomas, a goal and 6 assists, 7 points. Calvin Crombie, that surprised me a bit. He's third in team scoring after the first round. 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points. And then you have Merrick Van Acker, fourth in scoring, 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points. And then Cole Brown, just 5 assists in 5 games. But that rounds up the top 5 in scoring on this Brantford Bulldogs team. In goal, Ryerson Leanders. He has come as advertised. 4-1 was his record in the opening round. 2.37 goals against average, 917 save percentage. One of the better goaltenders in the Ontario Hockey League. And remember, Brantford acquired Ryerson Leanders at the start of the regular season from Brampton. And look where that ended up getting the Steelheads. Just putting it out there. As for the Oshawa Generals, their top 5 scorers, Owen Griffin, 6 goals, 6 assists, 12 points. It was kind of a coming out party for him in that opening round series against the Brampton Steelheads. We'll see if that momentum continues into the second round. Colby Barlow, he is second in team scoring in the playoffs, 6 goals, 5 assists, 11 points. Callum Ritchie, just 1 goal in that opening round, but 8 assists, good for 9 points. And then you have Luca Morelli, fourth in scoring with 2 goals, 6 assists, 8 points. And Beckett Seneca rounds up the top 5, 4 goals, 3 assists, 7 points. But he did miss the last 2 games. So that just goes to show that when Seneca is in the lineup, he can be a difference maker. And I think just the star power on both these teams is going to be exciting to watch offensively and even in net. As Jacob Oster, remember, OHL goaltender of the year last season, 4-2 is his record in the opening round of the playoffs, 2.87 goals against average, and an .895 save percentage. I think this series is going to be not as high scoring as what we saw in the first round. Expect these two teams to play some tight hockey. But then again, I could be saying this and watch it be the exact opposite, like we saw in the Erie Saginaw series. Now, the last time these two organizations met in the playoffs, you have to go all the way back to 2008. And that's where the Oshawa Generals lost to the Belleville Bulls in the Eastern Conference Final. You had John Tavares playing for the Generals and PK Subban for Belleville. And that would be the year that Belleville would go to the OHL final and lose to the Kitchener Rangers in 7 games. But they did have a Memorial Cup appearance that year, as that was the season Kitchener was the host of the Memorial Cup. So it's, even though these two teams are in the same division, same conference, it's crazy that we haven't seen a meeting between these two franchises in quite some time, as it's the first time we'll get a Generals and Bulldogs meeting in the postseason. So let me know in the comments below your thoughts on this series. Who do you think takes it, and in how many games? I love seeing the interactions as we get ready for the second round of the playoffs that get underway on Thursday. Thank you very much for your support. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Talk to you again soon.